Beloved friends, greetings from Cochin. This is your servant for Jesus' sake. In Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 25, we read of another dirty sin we should keep away from our heart. It says, "Do not lust in your heart." When Lord gave the 10 commandments, he did mention about this. He said, "You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or his male or female servant, his ox or donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor." Here the word used is covet. Both mean the same thing. What is this lusting or coveting? We see a thing, knowingly or unknowingly we think, "How nice! Oh, if I had it." This is what is lusting. How many times through the day we do this great sin? This is hidden from the eyes of all. None can see it or judge it. None are free from this sin. From least to the greatest, prophet and priest alike are practicing this. Covetousness leads to violence and injustice. They covet fields and seize them, and houses and take them. They defraud people of their homes. They rob them of their inheritance. A classical character of this is seen in the Bible. That is none other than Jezebel, the wife of Ahab, the king of Samaria. One man by name Naboth had a vineyard near to the place of Ahab. He wanted Naboth's vineyard, but Naboth refused to give. When Jezebel came to know about it, she treacherously killed Naboth and took possession of the vineyard. Every day we read so many of such incidents happening because of man's lust for woman, wealth and wine. God hates this and pronounces a curse against it. See what he says, "Woe to him who builds his house by unjust gain, setting his nest on high to escape the clutches of ruin." Bible tells us to keep away from lust. Put to death, therefore, whatever belongs to your earthly nature: sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires and greed, which is idolatry. Why are we asked to keep away from this lust? Because we have a God to provide for our needs. Lust in the heart shows our discontentment. Lord's word to us is, "Be content with what you have," because God has said, "Never will I leave you, never will I forsake you." Even to your old age and gray hairs I am He. I am He who will sustain you. I have made you and I will carry you. I will sustain you and I will rescue you. We should try to cultivate this good attitude. Apostle Paul says in 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 6 to 8, "But godliness with contentment is a great gain. For we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out of it. But if we have food and clothing, we will be content with that." Our prayer should be, "Keep falsehood and lies far from me. Give me neither poverty nor riches, but give me only my daily bread. Otherwise, I may have too much and disown you and say, 'Who is the Lord?' Or I may become poor and steal, and so dishonor the name of my God." Discontentment leads to unthankfulness. Story is told of a man who always grumbled over his torn shoes. Once while he was sitting by the roadside and lamenting over his shoes, he heard a tick-tick sound nearing him. When he closely looked, he found a man without a leg crossing him. Then immediately he sprang to his feet and shouted, "Thank God! Though my shoes are torn, I have 2 legs to walk." Discontentment leads to unfaithfulness and robs our joy. Dear friends, always remember, better a little with righteousness than much gain with injustice. Pray the Spirit of God to remove this dirty monster from our life, the lust. Thank you for your interest to hear Hidden Treasures. May God bless you.